We all want to build wealth, but sometimes we end up caught in spending habits that hold us back. These habits may not seem like a big deal at first, but over time, they can quietly take away the money we worked hard for. Do you want to stop wasting money and start making better choices? In this video, we'll go over some common ways people waste money, and I'll explain why these are things I'll never spend money on again. By understanding these traps, you'll be able to avoid them and make smarter decisions, helping you save more and build a better financial future. Let's take a closer look at these habits and why they're not worth your hard-earned cash. Number 1, credit card interest charges. In 2023, Americans owed over $1.03 trillion in credit card debt, a significant increase from $850 billion just 5 years earlier. Along with carrying a massive amount of debt, these individuals are also paying billions of dollars in interest each year. Credit cards can be useful tools when managed properly, but many people fall into the trap of only paying the minimum balance each month. Paying just the minimum amount may seem like it's helping, but it doesn't reduce your debt quickly. It can keep your credit score safe, but each dollar you don't pay off gets charged interest. The average interest rate is around 20%, meaning your purchases cost more in the long run. For example, if you owe $1,000 on a credit card with a 20% interest rate and only pay the $100 minimum every month, it will take you 11 months to pay it off. And almost $100 of that would just be interest, not the original balance. To avoid paying interest altogether, only use your credit card for purchases you can pay off immediately with money you already have. A smart way to handle this is to set up automatic payments for your credit card bills, so you never miss a payment. Even if you have the funds, missing a payment will cause interest charges to pile up. If you already have credit card debt with high interest, there's a solution. You can ask your bank or credit card company if you can transfer your debt to a card with a lower interest rate. This can save you money on interest and allow you to focus on paying down the actual balance instead of just the extra fees. Number 2, cable. When was the last time you watched a TV show as it was airing? For many people, paying for cable no longer seems worth it, especially since we now have so many other ways to watch what we want, when we want. In fact, millions of Americans have canceled their cable subscriptions in favor of cheaper options. By 2018, over 33 million people had switched to alternatives like streaming services. Services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu are not only more affordable than cable, but they often offer better shows and movies that you can watch at your convenience. More than 150 million people use Netflix each month, 90 million use Amazon Prime, and 55 million subscribe to Hulu. It's clear that streaming has become the preferred choice for entertainment, but here's an even cheaper option. YouTube. You're watching this video right now, and YouTube offers a huge variety of free content that can keep you entertained for hours. Plus, it's a platform where you can learn, discover new things, and even earn money if you decide to create content yourself. So instead of sticking to expensive cable, you can enjoy endless entertainment while saving money. Number 3, banking fees. Have you ever checked your bank account and noticed a bunch of small charges that seem to appear out of nowhere? These are likely convenience fees, which are charges banks apply for things like withdrawing, transferring, or exchanging money. While paying a few dollars here and there might seem insignificant, those $5 to $10 charges can really add up over time. In fact, it's like paying for something you don't even need. Imagine spending that same amount on a Netflix subscription, but instead it's just going to your bank. I realized how much I was being charged in these fees, and I knew I had to take action. So I called my bank and explained that I would take my business elsewhere unless they removed these charges. And just like that, the fees were gone. The lesson here is that many of these charges are unnecessary, and with a little effort, you can stop paying them and keep more of your money. Number 4, gambling. When I was old enough to gamble, I loved going to the casino on Friday nights. I'd sit at a slot machine, put my money in, and hope for a big win. Back then, I had more money than sense, which meant I ended up losing hundreds of dollars every time I went. Money I now regret spending. What I didn't realize was how incredibly slim my chances of winning were. The odds of hitting the jackpot on a slot machine are about 1 in 49,836,032. In other words, my chances of getting rich from a casino win were almost non-existent. Unfortunately, many people, like I did, get sucked into the excitement of gambling, hoping for a big win or just trying to pass the time. The truth is, gambling is almost always stacked against the player, which is why you often hear the saying, "The house always wins." Once I understood the odds, I made a promise to myself. I would never gamble away my money again. Number 5, expensive gym memberships. We've all seen it happen. The new year starts, and someone gets excited about getting fit. They sign up for an expensive gym membership, hoping this will be the year they finally get in shape. But after a few months, they fall back into their old habits, and the gym membership just sits unused. In fact, studies show that around 80% of people who sign up for a gym stop going within the first 5 months. Unfortunately, many of them continue to pay for the membership out of embarrassment or guilt, even though they're not using it. This problem is made worse when people sign up for fancy gyms that cost more, thinking it will motivate them to go more often. While a gym membership is definitely worth it for those who go regularly, even these people should ask if they really need to pay for a high-end gym. Many gyms today are more like spas, offering luxury features that can drive up the price. If you want to save money while staying fit, think about why you're going to the gym in the first place. Do you really need all the extra perks that come with an expensive gym? There are plenty of cheaper options available that can help you reach your fitness goals without breaking the bank. Number 6, extended warranties. As of 2023, the extended warranty market continues to be a significant part of the consumer electronics, home appliance, and mobile device industries. A large percentage of consumers opt for these warranties to protect their valuable purchases from potential repair costs. Around 65% of extended warranty sales come from individuals looking to secure their electronics, such as TVs, smartphones, and major appliances. The global market for extended warranties was valued at approximately $128 billion in 2023 and is expected to grow substantially, with forecasts predicting a rise to $237 billion by 2032. However, it's essential to carefully consider whether purchasing an extended warranty is truly necessary. These warranties can be costly, sometimes adding as much as 50% to the original price of an item. To determine if an extended warranty is worth it, ask yourself some important questions. Can you afford to replace the item if it breaks? Does the product already come with manufacturer coverage? Would investing in a higher quality product be a better option than paying for an extended warranty? These factors can help you make a more informed decision and potentially avoid unnecessary spending on warranties that might not provide value in the long run. Many consumers are now opting for more flexible, customizable warranty plans that cater to their specific needs and budgets. Number 7, brand name groceries. Have you ever found yourself reaching for that expensive brand name item on the grocery shelf, convinced that it's somehow better than the generic version? While there's nothing wrong with occasionally splurging on a favorite brand, you'd be surprised how much you can save by switching to store brand or generic items. Often, these alternatives are manufactured in the same facility and have the same ingredients, but without the hefty price tag that comes with the brand name. When I realized how much I was spending on name brand groceries that weren't adding any extra value, I started buying more generic products, and the savings were significant. For example, store brand cereals, canned goods, and even cleaning supplies can be just as good, if not better, than their more expensive counterparts. Over time, these small savings add up and can free up extra cash for more important financial goals. Number 8, trying to impress people. Throughout history, humans have always had the instinct to belong to a group, as it helped with survival. In ancient times, if someone didn't fit in with their tribe, they faced danger. This need to be accepted by others is still with us today. However, our world has changed, and survival is no longer about fitting in with a tribe. Yet the pressure to fit in remains strong, often leading people to spend money to impress others. We see this everywhere. People buy expensive clothes, fancy cars, or bigger homes not because they need them, but because they want to show off and gain approval from others. This idea is famously summed up in the quote from Fight Club: "We buy things we don't need, with money we don't have, to impress people we don't like." It's a cycle that can drain your finances and prevent you from saving or investing for your future. I used to be part of this cycle, buying designer clothes just to impress my classmates. But as I grew older, I realized that the people who matter to me are those who value me for who I am, not for what I wear. When you stop spending to impress others, you not only save more money, but you also start building wealth. Rather than trying to look rich, you can actually become wealthy by being smarter with your money and focusing on what really matters: your financial security and genuine relationships. Number 9, impulse buying. We've all been there, strolling through the store and suddenly something catches our eye, and before we know it, we've added it to our cart. Impulse buying is one of the easiest ways to drain your bank account without realizing it. Whether it's a new gadget, clothing, or even food, these spontaneous purchases often aren't necessary and can eat away at your budget. To avoid impulse buys, I've learned to implement a simple rule. If I see something I want, I walk away and give myself 24 hours to think about it. 9 times out of 10, I'll forget about the item or realize I didn't really need it. The savings from avoiding impulse purchases have been substantial, and it's helped me focus on spending money on things that truly matter. Number 10, subscription services you don't use. Subscription services seem harmless at first. $5 here, $10 there. But those small charges can quickly add up. Streaming platforms, gym memberships, magazine subscriptions, and even monthly software services can end up costing you more than you realize. You may think you're getting a good deal, but how many of those subscriptions are you actually using? For me, I realized I was paying for several subscriptions that I hadn't used in months. Once I took the time to review them, I canceled the ones that weren't providing value. The money I saved was reallocated to more important financial goals like building my emergency fund and investing. Before signing up for any new subscription, ask yourself if it's something you truly need and use regularly. Number 11, fancy coffee shops. How many times have you found yourself in line at a coffee shop, ordering a $5 latte or cappuccino? While it's okay to indulge every now and then, making a daily habit of buying fancy coffee can really add up over the month. For example, a $5 coffee every weekday equals $100 a month, or $1,200 a year. That's money that could be put towards savings or investments. I used to be guilty of this, but I've since made the switch to brewing my coffee at home. The cost is minimal compared to buying out, and it tastes just as good, if not better. If you want to save money without sacrificing your caffeine fix, consider making your coffee at home, or opt for a simple brew from a local cafe instead of a pricey chain. Number 12, designer handbags and accessories. Fashion can be a fun way to express yourself, but when it comes to designer handbags, shoes, and accessories, it's easy to fall into the trap of spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a single item. While these items may hold their value or make you feel luxurious, they are often overpriced and don't provide any real return on investment. I used to splurge on designer bags and accessories, but over time, I realized that the brand didn't define me. I now focus on buying quality items that are durable and functional, rather than being drawn into the allure of designer labels. Not only have I saved a significant amount of money, but I also feel more satisfied with purchases that have real utility instead of just a name attached. Number 13, buying new cars. The excitement of buying a new car can be exhilarating. It's shiny, new, and packed with the latest technology. However, what you don't realize is that as soon as you drive that car off the lot, it loses value, often as much as 20% in the first year alone. Buying a new car is one of the worst ways to spend money, especially when you can find a reliable used car that meets your needs for a fraction of the price. I've learned that buying a used car in good condition is not only more affordable, but it also allows me to avoid the depreciation hit that comes with buying new. If you need a car, consider looking at certified pre-owned vehicles or even leasing, which can save you money and reduce the long-term costs of ownership. Number 14, buying in bulk without a plan. Buying in bulk can be a great way to save money, especially on non-perishable items. However, without a clear plan, buying in bulk can lead to waste and unnecessary spending. For example, you may be tempted to buy a 20-pack of toilet paper or a 10-pound bag of rice. But if you don't actually need it or can't use it before it expires, you're wasting money. I've learned to be more mindful when shopping in bulk by ensuring that the items I buy are truly necessary and that I can use them before they spoil. While bulk purchasing can be a smart move, it only makes sense if you're actually going to use the items and avoid throwing them away. Number 15. Overpriced personal care products. Personal care products such as skincare, hair care, and toiletries can be incredibly expensive, especially when you opt for high-end or brand-name items. Many of these products are marketed as being luxurious or effective, but the truth is that many of them contain the same basic ingredients as their cheaper counterparts. After realizing how much I was spending on expensive shampoos, conditioners, and skincare, I switched to more affordable, yet highly effective alternatives. Not only do I save money, but my skin and hair are just as healthy as before. If you want to save money in this category, research more affordable options that still meet your needs without the heavy price tag. Thank you for watching the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share in the comments what you think are the biggest money wasters in your life. If you found this video helpful or think it could help someone else, please share it with them. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as part of the community. Make sure to hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.